What is going on, and welcome everyone to this FIFA 23 player career mode video. This video is my personal favorite build. This is what I use when I'm playing career mode as a striker. There's been a lot of requests for me to cover this one. And so basically this build has a lot of physical attributes helping me maintain the ball at all times. It dribbles really well. It has a lot of agility. The only part is that it's not so good at passing, but we'll cover that when the time comes. It's excellent at shooting and it has a lot of pace. Now, the first thing you want to head on over to the profile section, set your role to striker, the height at 5'10", which is 178 centimeters, your weight at 154 pounds, which is approximately 70 kilograms, and your preferred foot, you can set that to right or left, doesn't really matter, that's a personal preference. Now, looking at the perks section, the first one we're going to go with is going to be poacher. This helps us finish inside the box and it really makes a big difference. Second one is going to be distant shooter. This is going to give us the 5-star weak foot ability and more importantly, going to help us shoot from outside the box. And on top of that, we're going to finish with the skilled dribbler, which is going to improve our dribbling capabilities and grant us the flair trait. Now let's head on over to the attributes, and starting with the physical section. In this part I pick up everything except for one of the reactions and one of the staminas on the right side because we're already all the way up to a 98, so there's no point in picking that up. If it goes above 99, it's a waste of skill point. So at this section we end up with an 85 in jumping, 98 in stamina, 83 in strength, 100 in reactions, and an 83 in aggression. Heading over to dribbling, in this section, we're going to pick up everything except for two of the attack positionings because we don't really need those since you're the one who controls the player. All they do is increase our overall. So if you're into overall, chase those. And we're also not going to pick up one of the ball controls because we're already at a 98. Everything else is going to be fair game to end up with a 91 in agility, 87 in balance, 89 attack positioning, 98 in ball control, 99 in dribbling, and most importantly, 5-star skill moves. Now, as you can see in this section, I really don't have anything in passing, and ideally I'd want to go all the way down to the archetype, but we'll get back to this and I'll show you what points to remove if you really want to invest in passing, and we'll get to shooting towards the end. Let's cover pace first. In this section, we're going to pick up everything except for one of the sprint speeds on the bottom right corner to end up with a 96 in acceleration and 96 in sprint speed. Now on to shooting. In this section, we're going to focus a lot on free kick accuracy. This is something that I love having because when you have high free kick accuracy and high shot power, you will most likely take all the free kicks for the team, especially the long distance one. And on the right side, we're just going to not pick up one of the volleys and one of the finishing and the weak foots because we already get 5-star weak foot from the perks we selected earlier. As we can see, we end up with 101 in finishing. I couldn't stop at 99, unfortunately. It was going to be either 98 or 101. 96 in free kick accuracy, 98 in header accuracy, 99 in shot power, 96 in long shots, 100 in volleys, 97 in penalties. And once again, as I said, this is not a 3-star weak foot build. The perk we selected earlier, distant shooter, gives us the 5-star weak foot ability. Now, if you really want to invest in passing, what you got to do is remove all of these things that have to do with free kick accuracy and penalties and come back into here in passing. 16 skill points is what we removed, and that is going to be exactly the amount we need to go down all the way down to the architect archetype, and that gives us an 84 in short pass. You really don't need long pass as a striker, you don't need crossing, and you don't need vision. All you need to do is make those short passes so you can get into the box easier. And if this is not something that you want, once again, we can remove all of those and plug them back into the free kick accuracy all the way down to the penalties and pick up that sniper archetype. And we're back right where we started. Unfortunately, there's no other way to get all of this. And now before we end the video, something very important is the player personality that helps you get to the overall that I am while maintaining all this utility. This is what I usually recommend: 50% in Maverick, 30% in Heartbeat, and 20% in Virtuoso. The reason why I say that, while this is very hard to maintain, it's also very good to keep up because it's going to give you a lot of added benefits. Starting with the Maverick section, at 50%, we got +5 in penalties, free kick accuracy, dribbling, ball control, acceleration, sprint speed, and finishing. At 30% in Heartbeat, we get +5 in volleys, vision, reaction, and attack positioning. And at 20% in Virtuoso, you get a +5 in stamina and composure. I hope this video helps you guys out. As usual, stay safe, and until the next time, keep on keeping on.